Here at World Dairy Expo with Bobbi Brockman from Immucell. And Bobbi, how's the show treating you so far?
The show is great. We're on day 2, and it's always exciting. This is a hotbed of a lot of good dairy producers and calf raisers, and it's always fun to chat with them.
For those that don't know about Immucell, what is Immucell?
Immucell is a biotech company based out of Portland, Maine, and we have a product called First Defense, and it really focuses on providing immediate immunity to baby calves.
Let's talk scours. Why are we still seeing scours such an issue?
Always a fun topic.
In 2013, yeah.
So scours remains a prevalent issue for a number of reasons. I think right now it's a timely issue because we're seeing a lot of temperature fluctuation. And so those cold nights and warm days add some stress on that calf.
Sure.
And on top of that, you've got disease or pathogen load in the environment. And so when you've got disease load in the environment and that added temperature stress, calves are likely to break with scours.
So dairy management practices to try to prevent this?
So there are a number of them.
Yeah.
All of your listeners are going to shake their head when they hear me say colostrum right away, and cleanliness, all very important. Also, a preventative scours program is important. And when we talk prevention, what we mean is if you have to reach for the antibiotics, you've already missed their genetic potential. So we want to prevent scours before they start, and we do that with antibodies. Both in the colostrum, you give a general mass of the antibody. In our product, you give the specific antibodies that calves aren't, for the diseases that calves aren't exposed to right away after birth. And so that's how you can prevent those problems before they start.
But what's the goal, though, as far as how many scours should one have? I mean, obviously 0 would be nice, but
0 would be awesome, right? Everybody would love that, but that's not always practical.
Yeah.
I think a very manageable rate, if you can get to that under 3%, 2 to 3% within your herd, you're doing a lot of things right. If you can get below that, you're maybe not tracking everything like you should, because sometimes that's impossible to get to. But below 3%, you've got a lot to be proud of.
And Immucell can help with that?
For sure. We actually just had a customer stop by and say he was losing 15% of his calves last year. Started on First Defense, and so far he hasn't lost a one. Now, that's not necessarily always realistic to never lose a one, but it was a great testimonial to the effectiveness of the product.
So if somebody wanted to find out more information, haven't really dealt with Immucell in the past, and maybe want to start with that in the future, what can they do?
Yeah, for sure. Stop by our trade show booth if you're down here at Expo. We'd love to see you, as well as check out our Facebook page. I love social media for this aspect because calf raising is hard, and everybody always wants to know, what are you doing? What's working for you? And it's nice to have that forum to bounce ideas off of folks, other folks who are raising calves all across the U.S. And so we have an Immediate Immunity Facebook page. So if you go to Facebook and search under Immediate Immunity, you'll find our Facebook page, and we post a lot of tips, and it's just nice to connect with other calf raisers.
All right. Immediate immunity is the key. That's a good name. Bobbi Brockman with Immucell. Thanks for joining us here.
Thank you.
World Dairy Expo.